Creativity. To create is a natural expression of human consciousness. You could say it is a fundamental aspect of what we are, of what existence is. It is so fundamental that most creative expression isn't even referred to as creativity, but rather as simply living. The action of living, though, is a continual creative process, whether it generates productions or enacts communications or actions. Some creative expressions are almost entirely effortless from our perspective. Our presence alone is a creative act, and what could be easier than that? Effortless creativity is usually associated with actions that have become so familiar and well-defined that they appear to happen almost automatically. Many of the functions of the human body are an example, from the dividing of cells, to our beating hearts, to the myriad of physical movements we execute every day. Every step we take is actually a highly complex task, requiring hundreds of muscular contractions to be executed in precise coordination. And yet we walk, run, perhaps even dance, without ever thinking twice about it. Other creative acts, however, especially those involving some form of innovation or novelty, may require a significant amount of effort or ability to achieve. Most creative expressions, usually those we value more, do require at least a moderate level of effort to accomplish in what is considered a successful manner. Sometimes the difficulty itself makes a creative act rare and highly coveted. It is this desire to accomplish that often tempts us into forcing energy. But forcing is usually limiting at best and may produce significant problems if taken to an extreme. It is like robbing Peter to pay Paul, in that it may seem to produce a successful outcome, but only when viewed in isolation or in the short term. Alexander technique, a postural and body movement practice, alludes to this type of expression as end-gaining, which is a tendency to focus on end results, while losing sight of or adversely affecting the means by which the results are achieved. When end-gaining or forcing energy, we presuppose that our ability to create depends upon our ability to control. We may constrict movements or outcomes to align with what we believe we should produce, or perhaps with what we believe most likely to succeed commercially. This is an unfortunate side effect of our current monetary system that often cripples genuine innovation by swaying our assessment of what is good or bad creatively to be strongly influenced by what is conventional or already proven. This can separate us, though, from vast pools of creative potential available to us if we dare venture into the unfamiliar. This is a challenge every modern innovator must address. By developing the sensitivity necessary to knowingly interconnect and flow with your essential creative nature, you may find yourself suddenly immersed in a sea of other energies that limit or discourage your ability to expand. You may be seduced into judging your own creativity by its capacity to win public approval, or to demonstrate some immediate usefulness in the lives of others. Certainly, the desire to share our creativity is praiseworthy, and somehow making a living is necessary, but these forces can negatively corrupt our creative potential if given too high a priority. An initial tendency is often an attempt to remove oneself from these restrictive energies in some way. This may be successful to an extent, but unfortunately in most instances it is effectively impossible, for the same reason an ocean wave is inseparable from the ocean itself. At a fundamental level, energy is neither created nor destroyed. In a sense, we are all manifestations of one another, each borrowing and fundamentally composed of the same physical and ethereal energies surrounding us all. Thankfully, the potential restrictive effect of our interconnection with the rest of the world and with all of consciousness becomes less negatively influential the more aware we are of energy. Most of the difficulty involved in dealing with other energies revolves around misunderstanding about how we are resonating with and thereby magnetically attracting them. Differentiating your own energy from that being projected by others is helpful, but it is even more important to accept and discern what aspects of our own projections are attracting these seemingly external events. Rather than conflicting with or attempting to eliminate the energy expressed by others, it is possible to focus upon what that energy is actually communicating to you. Deciphering energetic communications is at the heart of innovative creative expression. True creativity is not an action of controlling what is produced, as much as it is translating and configuring energy into our physical world. By allowing what is produced, especially during early iterations, to be guided as purely as possible only by one's attunement with an unrestrained creative flow, we afford ourselves an opportunity to be pleasantly surprised and to behold physically another piece of the mystery that is consciousness.